Should people with mental illness be eligible to seek Maid, medical assistance in dying? Well, yesterday, a government committee in Ottawa says no. Ottawa should indefinitely exclude people with mental illness from Maid, committee report suggests. So the government of Canada was trying to implement more measures for medical assistance in dying. One of those measures was going to be to let people with mental illness be eligible for Maid. So they created a parliamentary committee to kind of look into this. And the committee is saying Canada is not ready for this step. The healthcare system also is not ready for this step. So a parliamentary committee is calling on federal government to indefinitely exclude, so they may not even look at it again, people with mental illness from becoming eligible for medical assistance in dying after a process that some of the committee members described as flawed and biased. So they're getting opinions on both sides here, but the majority of the committee, consisting of both parties, conservative liberals, co-signed the recommendation to exclude mental illness being eligible for Maid. So mental illness was going to be the sole condition for seeking Maid. So they're saying no, that should be excluded. So people with mental illness as their sole underlying condition are set to become eligible for applying for Maid next March. However, the committee is saying they should be excluded from applying for Maid. Now, some of the members included psychiatrists, and they're saying there's no consensus in the medical field to determine whether a patient has any prospects of getting better. A key condition for Maid eligibility is that the patient must be suffering from a grievous and irremediable medical condition. Okay, so it means they're nearing the end of their lives, they can seek Maid. Mental illness, they're saying, is much more difficult to interpret and tell if they should be eligible or not. Moving forward with this expansion is reckless and dangerous, said Conservative MP Tamara Jansen on Wednesday. Okay, so there are some dissenting opinions as well. And I think what they're trying to do is hold it off for now. It could come back in the future. But like this person said here, certainly I think the government should and ought to be willing at some point in the future to reconsider this. That's from Liberal MP Marcus Pawlowski. And you're getting different sides of the story here from other people as well. So they're saying people with mental illness, maybe it is not letting them have their rights according to the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And that would be the dissenting opinion. Dying with Dignity, right here, Dying with Dignity said in a statement she's disappointed by the report and hopes Fraser will seek out other opinions before making this decision. Okay, so there's an update on Maid in Canada and what the government is trying to coordinate and figure out with who's eligible for Maid. But indefinitely speaking, may not be revisited. People with the sole condition of mental illness are not eligible for Maid. And I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.